For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, hello again. My name is Paul Dingeman. Glad you are along. Today is almost the end of July. The beginning of August is just around the corner. Lots of things happening. COVID is still with us, but we're getting through with it without crying and worrying about it too much. You got to worry about it, but we've got a lady that's here today with us, Sherry Faust, who just does great things throughout the county to make us be happy and fun. Welcome back to the Focus program, Sherry Faust. Nice to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Happy and fun things.
You do. I mean, you're involved with the Bridge to Bay Trail. Mm-hmm. You're involved in the Friends of the St. Clair River. Mm-hmm. You're involved in great fun things.
It is. Being outdoors is fun, and I get to do that for a job.
So recently, this last week or so, you were awarded some money along with other people in the county. Talk to me about that whole thing. It's the Bridge to Bay Trail, but the Wilson Foundation came along and helped.
Wilson Foundation, we were able to announce, provided $1.9 million to
Slow down. That was $1.9 million?
$1.9 million.
Marvelous.
It is. It's helping us get through a very ambitious plan to complete the 54-mile Bridge to Bay Trail. And the Bridge to Bay Trail has been on the ground for 2 decades in our county. It stretches from Lakeport State Park in the north down to New Baltimore in the south. It's about half complete. So it's taken about 20 years to get about 26 miles of it on the ground. And over time, there has been a lack of motivation and collaboration. And so now this $1.9 million from the Wilson Foundation is giving us the final push to complete the trail. So we were really proud and excited to announce that this week.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and a renewal for the Bridge to Bay Trail. And your introduction was about COVID, and we know that people have been out on trails more so than ever before. And in fact, you can't buy a bike anywhere.
Correct.
So despite all of that that's going on with COVID, there is interest and funding for trail work right now. So we're proud to be part of that.
If Troy will throw up on this back screen here that map that you described, maybe we can go through that a little more detail. And it's in the first bin there, or second bin, Troy. And there are gaps in it right there. In the last picture I think is the map.
That's a picture of the Bridge to Bay Trail in Port Huron. That's a segment of it.
All right, and there's...
this was our press conference last week. We brought a bunch of cyclists together at Lighthouse Park to ride the trail.
Keep going there, buddy. There you go.
And maybe you've been on the Bridge to Bay Trail before, but you just don't realize it because it's not well marked. Doesn't have great signage on it. So that's also part of our plan, to put the signage there, to put amenities, to put features, to let people know you are riding a really unique stretch of trail.
That's downtown Port Huron.
Yep, right along the St. Clair River.
Near the bridge. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's right here in St. Clair.
Yep, that's the Bridge to Bay Trail, and you may not know it, or you may be on it all the time, and it's not connected. It's not well connected right now.
I have noticed in the last 2 months, this little skate park is just busy.
Yes.
And it's the same thing you're saying. Even though COVID is here, people are getting out and people are doing things.
Yes,
because
we know that being outside is safe. Yeah. It's relatively safe, and there's so few events and activities going on. But we can go to a park, and we can go on a trail.
Okay, let's take the next one. Oh, there's a couple happy people. Where is that? Is that in
cyclists? That looks
Marysville?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and next we have. Maybe the
map
didn't make it, but we talked about the map. So you start at the Blue Water Bridge, and you go all the way down to Algonac?
To the Macomb County border.
Macomb County border?
Yeah, through Ira Township. And so that's our focus. The Regional Trails Board is facilitating the completion of the Bridge to Bay Trail through Port Huron, but actually the Bridge to Bay Trail does go north all the way up to Lakeport State Park.
Wow.
That's how we get the 54 miles. So we have begun this multi-year, multi-million-dollar project to complete 18 more miles of the trail. And we think that'll take at least about 8 years,
Okay.
costing nearly $13 million. But this $1.9 million is
The start.
certainly a great start.
The city of St. Clair also has a leg coming from Richmond, is that right? Is that part of this?
That's the Macomb Orchard Trail. So
Okay.
when we complete the Bridge to Bay Trail, we're going to be able to link up with so many other trails in Michigan. And that's really the lens we've used to complete the Bridge to Bay Trail, is this economic lens and bringing tourists here. And we know that really long segments of trail are what bring tourists and big events and serious cyclers to an area, and that's what we want to do. We know that the shorter segments, just in and around St. Clair or getting out of St. Clair to Marysville or East China, are great for families.
Yeah.
So the Bridge to Bay Trail is going to benefit all users and all abilities when it's done. But right now, the Bridge to Bay Trail often bypasses downtowns. For instance, like even in St. Clair and other communities. So we need to bring the trail back into downtowns, back to recreational assets that can really be a boost for tourism and the economy.
So how can the public help you at this point?
Yeah, a couple ways. Familiarize yourself with the Bridge to Bay Trail. Maybe you're not familiar with the whole 54-mile route and where the trail is in your community, and you can do that by going to stclaircounty.org website and click on Parks and Recreation. So familiarize yourself.
We happen to have that page, if they'll throw that up.
That would be great.
We're
We'll
not
show
going to
that.
end the program yet, but we'll let them see what that looks like. And but it's to give the address again.
Yes, stclaircounty.org, and the Parks and Recreation link there will take you to the trails page where you can learn all about the Bridge to Bay Trail and see a map.
Okay.
You can be a trail advocate. We need people to be trail advocates and be a voice for trails in your community. So support trails. You can get out and get on the Bridge to Bay Trail, whether you're a walker, a jogger, runner, cyclist, dog walker. Get out and use the Bridge to Bay Trail. And we also have advisory committees in each of the communities along the river where the Bridge to Bay Trail goes, where we're engaging those communities in events and trail planning, and we need people to join our advisory committees. So we have advisory committees in Port Huron, Marysville, St. Clair, Marine City, and then downriver.
And she's got the phone numbers there for you, and the website is easy, so that's good. And there's the park system map. That's a different map, though. That's not.
Right, but that website is going to have all you need to know about trails.
Okay.
And so there's lots of ways that, next steps for people to get involved in trails.
Well, congratulations. It's been a tremendous amount of work to get to this point.
Yes, it's
and
been
the work
about
doesn't stop. It just begins.
No, we've gotten to like 2 years of planning now, and now the real complex work begins with construction and actually connecting and completing the trail on the ground. So people will start to see those really tangible things happening very soon. We're excited. Happy, fun things.
You do wonderful work, ma'am. You do
Thanks.
wonderful work, and we're always glad to support you. So
Thank you.
please keep us informed, and as things start progressing more, we'll have you back.
Yeah, like during the progress and after the progress, we'll keep you posted.
Her name is Sherry Faust, and she's with the health department as a health educator, but also serves with a couple of hats. She is the chairman of this regional trail board, as well as president of the Friends of St. Clair River. So, a busy person. Thanks for stopping by. We're back with our next guest in just a second. Well, welcome back to the next segment here on CTV Channel 6. Paul Dingelman with you today. We've got a young lady who's been teaching at the East China School District for 17 years. Nicole Flynn is going to join us in just a second, but I wanted to share with you the cover of her new book and describe what Amazon has written about it. She was thrilled when she would have another baby, but nothing could prepare her for what came next. Nicole Flynn learned she was pregnant with her second child was the greatest happiness in the world. Eager to share family history and lessons with the new life inside her, she began writing letters to her growing bundle of joy. But at her 20-week checkup, she received news that was every expectant parent's dread. When her newborn child afflicted with a rare and fatal genetic condition, Nicole is overwhelmed at the prospect of losing her child. Determined to bring the babe to term, she continues penning her emotional words to the tiny soul struggling for survival. Discovering the beautiful story of a mother's heartfelt message to her baby, an extraordinary journey revealed in raw, soul-stirring words. More Than a Letter is a sensitive, cathartic memory. If you like inspiring stories, hope-filled narratives, and moving wisdom from a mother-to-be, you'll love Nicole Flynn's insightful missive. Nicole, welcome to the Focus program.
Thank you, Paul.
You've had quite a journey. You have been teaching for 17 years. That's a journey in itself. And you've been teaching
That is.
In the East China School District for up here most of that time, I guess.
All of it. I've taught my entire career in East China.
Tell us about you.
I teach middle school. I teach Spanish and health, and I'm a mother. Lived in the St. Clair community the entire time of my career, and I'm a beach lover, so summer is my favorite season.
You don't like snow, huh? I'm surprised you're not in North Carolina or Florida or someplace.
My husband loves winter, so Michigan is the perfect place.
It's called compromise. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Well, the journey is not unique. Other people have gone through what you've gone through, but not many have done what you've done in sitting down and putting it to pen. Talk to me about that process.
I found the process of grieving for my child very lonely and isolating. And when I looked at the statistics, I knew I wasn't alone. So many people lose a child either very early on, they miscarry, or they have complications, they have a stillbirth, and I still felt completely alone. And I knew that there had to be other women, other families out there that were having the same feelings, and there just wasn't a voice or a common language for our experience. And I felt like my experience happened for a reason, and I needed to use it for the good.
Did you self-publish, or do you have a publisher?
I self-published. The average time from when you get a book picked up until it's out in an actual book form can be up to 4 years. And I felt like I didn't want to wait any longer. I really wanted to have my story out there and have discussions with people so that people didn't feel as isolated in their grief.
It's on Amazon. It's available on Amazon. Is it available other places too?
Nope, it's available on Amazon. There's the paperback version, and then you can also order the Kindle version as well.
Okay. How's success so far? How long has it been on Amazon?
It's been on Amazon for just under 4 months, and it's been successful. I was surprised by how many people have ordered it and then contacted me if they knew me personally or over Instagram, if they didn't already know me, and let me know about their experience as a reader.
That's got to be very comforting and very satisfying to you to get that feedback. As you said, you're not alone in this travel, this journey, but it probably felt like it as you were going through it.
It did, and since publishing the book, so many women have come forward, even women that were in their 70s and 80s, and said, I lost a child 50 years ago. I will never forget it.
No, you wouldn't. I would understand that. You never would. So, we just encourage people to pick it up and share it with people that they might know. But it's a nice title, More Than a Letter, and it's available on Amazon. Have you got any more thoughts for us?
Just thinking that the book could be for people that hadn't experienced that grief too, that the story is a human story. And I think in general, people are interested in other people's stories. So even if you haven't had the experience, you may enjoy the book.
How long is the book? How many pages?
About 150.
Wow.
Yeah.
Obviously, from the concept to when you finished it, how long a time period did it take to write the book?
Just under a year.
Under a year?
Yep, and I wrote on snow days. I wrote at night after my children went to bed. I wrote on the weekends. I didn't have like a big block of time to set aside. I was writing in 60-minute increments. So.
And how many children do you have now?
I have 2.
2, wonderful. Well, you're a fine young lady. We thank you for what you do for the East China School District, and it's going to be an interesting fall for all the teachers. So we'll think of you and pray for you, and try and support you guys as you get through this COVID pandemic. But take care of yourself.
Thank you so much.
Thank you much. Good talking to you.
Good to talk to you too.
Well, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Well, before we leave today, we thought we'd tell you something that's new here for CTV and Channel 6. We have now made arrangements for a new application. You can go on Google, or you can go on, not on Google, on the Google Play Store, or on your Apple Store, and you can download our new app, which is up and running, and it is really successful. We've been working on it for about a year or so. Mr. Bruce Holliday has been diligently working on this. All you have to do is go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store and type in CTV6, CTV space 6, and you'll see our new app. Now here comes the next page. There we go. And you'll see there's a lineup of all the programs that are current, that the last programs that were added, commission meetings, the focus program, shows, plays from the concerts from the Performing Arts Center, football games, basketball games. On the next page is another app, a way to get to them. You can click on what category you want to go into, arts and entertainment, or the round table, or conversation, or any of the programs. And the final picture is, again, that's one with lots of sports and performing arts shows and the ribbon cutting of the famous St. Clair Inn. There's one for you. And it's available, as I said, at the Google Play or at Apple Store. It's absolutely free, and there's a live button on it. So if we start doing high school sports again, you'll be able to watch from your car, or watch from home, or watch from anywhere you're at with your telephone, and you should enjoy it. It's the CTV space 6 app. We want you to have an opportunity to look at it. It's good. Bruce put an awful lot of time into it, and it's well worth downloading. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.